$6. My daughter needs a mother, said rancher. He bought 3 Apache women and made them his wives.
Snow still lay thick on the fields that morning, though it was already March.
The river hadn't melted yet, the sky was pale, and the wind cut through the village like a blade. And that's when Ivan Petrovich, a poor farmer from a small settlement near Orenburg, walked into the local market with his 7-year-old daughter, Anya, clinging to his coat. His wife had died 2 months before, pneumonia, leaving him with nothing but a small wooden house, a few cows, and a silence that had settled over his heart like frost. Anya hadn't spoken a word since her mother's funeral. Her eyes had grown distant, as if she were already living in another world. That morning, Ivan placed 6 rubles on the rough wooden counter of a trader's booth and said quietly. Greater than 6 rubles, my daughter needs a mother. The merchant blinked. A wife. For 6 rubles.
Ivan nodded. Not for me. For her. I need someone to care for her, someone kind. People laughed, cruelly, nervously. But Ivan's eyes didn't flinch. Then a quiet voice spoke from behind him. It was a guard from the local outpost.
Greater than, there are 3 women in the camp. Widows, refugees from the border. No family, no home. You could take them to your farm. They'd work for food. Ivan hesitated. 3 women. Refugees. Strangers. But he looked down at Anya, pale, small, clutching her mother's old shawl, and he said.
Greater than, if they'll come, I'll give them shelter, and I'll feed them.
That evening, the people in the village watched as Ivan's sled creaked down the snowy road, carrying 3 women wrapped in wool shawls, heads bowed, faces tired but calm. No one knew their names at first. Later they'd learn. Yelena, the eldest, quiet and strong.
Sophia, the middle one, with eyes that smiled even through sadness. And Kira, the youngest, barely 20, with trembling hands and a heart full of fear. When they arrived at Ivan's small wooden house, the air was still. He opened the door, motioned them in, and said only. Greater than, you don't owe me anything, just, be kind to my daughter. For weeks, no one spoke much. The women cooked, cleaned, fetched water from the well.
Ivan worked in the fields, silent as stone. Anya hid behind her dolls, refusing to speak to anyone. Then one morning, Sophia found Anya sitting outside, crying over her torn doll. She didn't know Russian well, but she smiled, took a needle and thread, and began stitching the doll's arm back on. When she was done, she handed it to Anya and whispered, Mama, doll strong now. And for the first time in 2 months, Anya smiled. As the snow melted and spring came, laughter slowly returned to the little house. Kira taught Anya to braid her hair. Yelena told bedtime stories by the fire. Ivan began to notice the warmth returning, the smell of soup, the sound of humming, the sparkle of light on the windowpane. People in the village whispered again. 3 wives for 6 rubles, they said mockingly. But Ivan never corrected them. He didn't need to. He knew what it truly meant. He hadn't bought wives. He had saved hearts, and in doing so, saved his own. One evening, a traveling priest stopped by for tea. He looked around at the women working, at little Anya laughing near the fire, and at Ivan sitting quietly by the stove. He smiled gently and asked, Greater than, do you ever regret it, Ivan Petrovich? Ivan looked up, his eyes soft with gratitude. Greater than, no, father. I paid 6 rubles, and got 3 souls who made my home alive again. The priest nodded. Then perhaps God sent them to you. Ivan smiled faintly. No, father. I think he sent us to each other. Years passed. The village forgot its gossip. Anya grew up strong and kind, calling all 3 women mama. When Ivan grew old and passed away, they buried him on a hill overlooking his fields, the same place he used to stand and watch the sunset. On his grave, they carved simple words. Greater than, he gave kindness where there was none. And in return, love came home. Moral. In a world frozen by loss or loneliness, compassion is the fire that keeps us human. Sometimes, the smallest act of mercy, even one worth just 6 rubles, can build a home warmer than any hearth.